Okay, so I think we gotten a little bit into this soup kitchen. Where the fuck soup kitchen come from? All right, next up.
I'm not mad about it. My act has actually gotten a lot easier since I started working as an assistant and not the magician. I'll let you in on a little secret. The assistants are actually the ones who perform all the tricks in a magic act. The magician really is just there so that people have something to keep their eyes on. They're gonna watch him, see if they can figure out the trick, see if he's doing anything sneaky. Everyone really just ignores the girls in the shiny outfits. But we're the ones making the tricks work. Now, magic is all about misdirection. The magician is the biggest misdirection of all.
At some point, you can relate that to a parent, like to a two-parent household, because it's like, yeah, the father works and all that, but the mom be holding it down, even in a single house parent household.
I don't like interacting with people unless there's a purpose. I would say I'm a people person, but I grow weary of them quickly if they overstay their welcome or talk. I prefer quiet types who show who they are by their actions. You know, a lot of people will have shallow, fake friends who will tell you all about their day, but they'll never lift a finger if you need to move or get rid of a body.
Yeah, for
I don't
arts.
like people like that.
Looks like my screen's back to normal. It's good. I wasn't paying attention. Wait, she said get rid of a body. We even have logs on this shit? Or is that supposed to be the thing of the game? Like, probably.
When you're part of a magic show, you spend countless hours practicing. We only perform 4 nights a week, so it would seem like it's an easy schedule, but we spend maybe another 30 hours practicing. More if you're bringing someone new into the show. It's a lot.
Because I've had a few times where my mic didn't mute. So y'all ain't catching me lacking. I burped. But yeah.
I'm not great at dating. It's probably because I really don't enjoy getting to know people. That's why I think that dinner and a movie is the perfect first date. You have just enough time to exchange facts about each other, and then the food comes and you can't talk because your mouth is full. Then you go sit in a dark movie theater, where talking is frowned on, and you watch a movie. It's great. Especially if you're with one of those people who insists on talking all the time. I'm great at breakups, though. Yeah, not very good at dating. I've tried dating apps, but I haven't found any that I really like. I've never had to get rid of a body. But if I did, I wouldn't be stupid about it. You know, everybody just tries to bury the body or throw it in a river with something heavy on it, trying to keep the cops from finding it. The cops are going to find the body. But if I was going to get rid of the body, I would throw it in the river with a bungee cord harness attached to it, and then I wouldn't attach the other end to anything. So when the cops found the body, as they're going to, they wouldn't assume it was murder. They would just assume it was someone stupid who deserved to die. I mean, people win Darwin Awards every day. Why not take advantage of it?
It's a couple things wrong with that theory, off the fact that, like, let's say if let's say the method of murder, right? If there's any lacerations or this and that type shit, any cuts, any bruises that aren't like that don't attribute or don't like are not the causality of like the fall itself. Like, in other words, it's not the effect from the fall. Yeah, like if the fall didn't cause that shit, or it doesn't look like the fall caused the shit, they're going to investigate it. Like, you feel me? It's not the same thing. It don't work that way, B. Okay, so from how it seems like I'm assuming I can only ask them so many different questions, like for each person. So I just gotta ignore certain stuff, like the Darwin Awards. Ignore that. So let's go on to the next person.
Oh, I've been an orphan almost my entire life. Yeah, my parents died in a fishing accident when I was really little. The only living relative I have is my Uncle Albert, but we don't really talk at all. He's been in and out of prison my whole life. My parents used to take me fishing on the southern coast of Alabama. I don't think we were supposed to be fishing at the spot they found, but there was never anybody around to tell us to leave, so we did it anyway. It was really nice, and almost like a real vacation. Anyway, we didn't have a real boat. We had just 3 of those floating pool chairs that we'd like paddle out and just sit there and fish. It was really relaxing. Anyway, one day, my parents caught an undertow, and the current pushed them out deep into the ocean. So, luckily, I managed to get to shore, but it took me a while to find anyone for help. The authorities searched and searched for them, but all they could find were their pool chairs, empty. It was really bad, but I was placed into the foster care system. Oh, he was a rich person just like you'd see in the movies. I mean, he had a 3-piece suit on with a jacket and a matching vest and everything. His car had a hood ornament on it, and he even had brown socks to match his brown shoes. I wouldn't know what to do with that kind of money. I think the first thing I might do would be to buy a monocle, though. I wasn't always homeless. Actually, when I was in Alabama, I had 3,000 square feet to myself. I felt like a wealthy land baron or something. But I didn't have a house on the land, but I did have a really nice tent at first. It was great. I lived there for a full year before I could save up for a house. Well, not a house. I actually bought an 8-foot by 10-foot shed that was fantastic. It was just as good as a house. It had a roof, 4 walls, a window, a door, everything I needed. I don't know why more people don't just live in sheds.
Oh wait, she said she was in the foster care system, right? So
I wasn't in the foster care system for very long. When I was 9, I was placed with a foster family, but unfortunately, my foster parents died the first night that I was with them. A burglar broke in and murdered them. My foster mom was able to call the police, but by the time they arrived, they were already dead. And the police couldn't find the burglar anywhere. The prosecutor on the case assumed that I had murdered my foster parents and even accused me of killing my birth parents. So he got the judge to sign off that I was going to be tried as an adult instead of a child, even though I was only 9. Luckily, they did find the real killer, and it turns out he was just really good at hiding, and he was in a crawl space under the house. So Unfortunately, due to this legal loophole that in Alabama I was now considered legally an adult, so I was out of the foster care system and I had to find a job. So I worked in a coal mine. It wasn't the work I wanted to be doing, but it paid something. And then when I was 18, I moved out of Alabama.
But she's been capping this whole time, though. She's been capping this whole time. You said you had your own spot, so what is she talking about? What is she talking about?
That was the nicest place I ever lived. Unfortunately, 2 weeks after I bought that shed, it was swallowed in a sinkhole. So there was really nothing left for me in Alabama. I decided to chase my childhood dream and move to Albuquerque.
But she's lying. Okay, because here's the thing. She said, you said she had like a whole bunch of this land, right? And that she was living there for a little bit. So you telling me she left all that land just to go to Albuquerque? Like, fam, that's your land. Like you can't, like, I don't even think you need to like pay like a constant thing for your land. And if you do, then the country's kind of fucked up on that. Cause ain't like a law or something. It's like you legitly pay whatever money you pay for like full land on land, like. Cause like ain't owning Lakers like I said owning Lakers ain't owning acres like different from owning houses. Old houses you pay like actually I guess your land can be repossessed. You know what? Never mind. Let's hear about this fire department shit.
Being on the volunteer fire department is considered a huge honor in our town.
There are too many volunteers every year and they can only let in so many people, so it's very competitive.
Well, the exception is on Thanksgiving. During the parade, they make everyone in town an honorary member. It's a nice gesture and everyone gets very excited about it.
We go all out for Thanksgiving.
We go all out for all holidays in general. You should visit on Independence Day. We have a top-notch fireworks show every year.
Oh, and don't forget about the Easter egg hunt. That's my favorite.
We all love doing charity work, but to be honest, Alice and I don't find nearly as much time as we should. Sarah, on the other hand, always finds the time.
She volunteers every week at an assisted living facility, a food bank, and an animal shelter. I wish I had her youthful energy.
Thank you. They're just being modest. They both do plenty.
When I was younger, I did what I could. Now all I really do is make the occasional donation.
What about when we went to the beach last summer?
That's true. We spent the day cleaning the beach, and we had a contest among ourselves to see who could collect the most trash bags worth of litter.
Daddy won by a full bag.
It doesn't matter who fills the most bags. What matters is doing our part for the environment.
Every piece of litter you pick up off the beach is one less piece that'll make it into the ocean. That's what Daddy always says.
Yeah, I know that sounds probably boring as shit to y'all, but peep game. Like, the environment is actually pretty important, bro. They're saying that we're like a few years from that shit being irreversible, and then future generations is fucked. So future generations, if you see this and y'all fucked, well, yeah, y'all fucked. I pray for y'all. But next up, Dennis.
My father
Wait,
and
assisted
grandfather
living?
were both dentists. All the men in my family were. Well, except for my brother Stephen. It's a family tradition.
Stephen is quite the rebel. He lives by his own rules.
He's a pediatrician in Salt Lake City. That's clear across the state from us.
He only comes to visit a few times a year, usually on holidays.
We do drive up to Salt Lake City once in a while. My friend Linda lives there too, so we get to visit her and Stephen in one trip.
We're getting somewhere. Why seem like that shit is so much? I feel like they're capping so much here. Well, I feel like I've met this girl before. Well, this woman in this case. But yeah. Well, I feel like I met her before. She was in another FMV. In fact, she probably was too. That's probably why I remember them. In fact, her too. I just don't know where it's from. Maybe even her too. In fact, even you. Who is this guy? This is he been in different shit. But anyway. New York City.
Oh, I mean, I love New York. We have the best sports teams, the best nightclubs, the best restaurants. It's such an incredible place to live.
Even if I didn't have to live there for work, I don't think I could ever move.
Yeah, I mean, there are just so many things you can only get in New York you can't get anywhere else. You should really visit if you haven't been before.
There's this brony convention Todd goes to every year.
Sure,
And
brony.
even if we moved, he'd have to go back every year. No way he could miss it. It's all he talks about for a month leading up to it.
Well, I kind of don't want to know what that is. What's up with the debt, though?
Yeah, I took out a lot of student loans. I would have been more than happy going to an affordable law school, but Daddy insisted I go to Harvard if I wanted to work at the family firm. So I will probably be paying that off for years. I don't know why Todd puts up with me and all my baggage.
Down.
I don't think she's in debt. On it now. This man Todd probably does his trash ass acting career. Or you know what? They're probably just trying to. Yeah, what is up with this family farm shit?
Kennedy, Seymour, and Cartwright. Michael Kennedy is my father. Barbara Cartwright is my mother. It's not the biggest firm in New York, but we do all right. think street performer is more of an appropriate term. He's never done any sort of stage acting.
But I do have some exciting things lined up. Actually, I'm going to be in an upcoming film in New York.
It's a role in an unpaid student film, but it's a great start.
It's a very promising student film. It's going to be seen by a lot of people, and the exposure is worth more than the money, believe me.
It's a film about campus safety. They say that new students are going to see it for years to come. I just wish Todd had booked a speaking part. He has the talent.
Oh, well, thank you, dear. Thank you.
This man. This man is in this one of those student prevention and safety videos, guy. Shit.
Oh, I'm not a student. I just responded to an ad on the internet.
He actually dropped out of high school.
I wanted to focus on my career. Yeah, I was actually working for a cell phone company at the time, and it was a great job. I was making good money, and I wanted to move up, but they downsized, and a lot of us lost our jobs.
They laid off all the sign spinners at once, which was such a shame because Todd was so talented at it.
Oh, thank
We actually met when he was sign spinning on the corner at my apartment. He caught my eye right away. Todd's family is very religious, very devout.
Well, I'm not as devout as the rest of them.
Oh, no, you're just being modest. He's the only boyfriend I've ever had who insisted on keeping his virginity until we get married. I mean, how impressive is that?
No comment.
So I just moved out of my parents' house into my parents' apartment building, and I didn't really know my way around the area. So I was running late for a meeting, and when I went outside, I saw Todd spinning his little arrow sign on the corner. So I went up to him and asked for directions, and instead of just telling me where to go, he spun his sign all impressively and pointed in the right direction. That was like the cutest thing.
Oh, well, she came back after a meeting and she asked for my number, and we went on our first date the next day, and I knew she was the one after our first date.
I knew it after the third.
Oh, did you?
Oh wow. Shout out to Gaming with Whiskey. She's in the live chat. And yes, Whiskey, I got a 4 Loco on me. And I think this is like one of the few live streams you actually get to catch me on, huh? But yeah, how you doing? But yeah, this game's so far, I don't know what to expect from it. I'm just like rolling with the flow here. Alright, let's see here. I guess maybe one more from them and then I'll go to the next one again.
My parents own a small apartment building on the Upper East Side. They let me live there rent-free. I just pay for utilities. Todd's gonna move in with me once we're married. Apricot's gonna have to move out, but it's totally gonna be worth it.
I usually play these kind of games by share playing with someone in the chat with me. It's really fun that way. I do too. I ain't have like nobody for this go around. Plus, I still had like stuff I had to work out as far as on my OBS goes. So I was just like, okay, let me just chill out and just, I guess, vibe with people.
My puppy, her name's Apricot. Unfortunately, Todd is severely allergic to dogs, so she can't be living with us. But I'm sure it won't be hard to find someone who wants to adopt an adorable little teacup Pomeranian. I'll miss her, though.
Oh, what now? All right, next, guess third date.
We streamed The Notebook at my place. All my past boyfriends had refused to watch it with me. Todd not only agreed, but he cried multiple times while watching it. I knew right then if he ever proposed to me, I'd have to say yes.
Yo, it's really gonna be that foul, and it's really about to be that foul right now. Nah, we'll save it. We'll save it.